Good morning and welcome to the Seasons of Self-Actualization, where we dive into each season as they come, giving it the attention it deserves to help us understand and embrace all the parts of ourselves so we can live our lives to the capacity that we know we can. My name is Shyla and I'm so grateful to be here with you today. I'd like to start off by thanking you for being present here with me. We're starting the week off great. Don't forget to grab some water or a warm drink, stay hydrated, get cozy, or just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing your thing, but as you know, it's a short one, so let's jump right into it. So I have a question for you. And hopefully it's the question you've been asking yourself all week if you did your homework from last week's episode, and that is, how do you feel where you're at right now? How do you feel where you're at right now? Feel free to answer this in the comments, and otherwise just sit on it while we do our breathing technique. The breathing technique we're doing today is the 4-7-8. It's where you exhale all your air first, then you're gonna breathe in for 4 counts, you're gonna hold it for 7 counts, and then you're gonna slowly exhale through your mouth for 8 counts. I'm gonna do it with you once, and then you can try to continue on your own while I read this week's affirmations. So first, exhale, breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slowly exhale through your mouth for 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this short breathing exercise is designed to increase your inhale and exhale retention capacity, to encourage mind-body alignment for the support of calmness and clarity. So just like I said, keep trying to do this on your own. If you can't do the counts, no worries. I'm not great at multitasking either. Do deep inhales through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and we're all good. This week's affirmation is, today I listen to my feelings and I am gentle with myself. Today, I listen to my feelings and I'm gentle with myself. Today, I listen to my feelings and I am gentle with myself. Okay, so last week we identified that in order to grow, we need a sense of feeling safe, supported, and nurtured. So that's actually maybe an emotional need, but we also need physical needs, and maybe you were able to create some awareness around what you were feeling when you were in certain places or when you were around certain people, so that you could slowly move closer to getting those physical and emotional needs met. If you missed last week's episode, make sure to check it out or read the description to follow along, but otherwise, for this week, just try to keep this awareness around your environment and how it keeps tying in to your feelings. Keep trying to make small changes when you don't feel supported, and when you do feel supported, try to lean in, explore that a bit more. If you usually sit in a cold environment at work, try moving to a warmer one. If you think your living room is too dark, get some twinkly lights. Remember that this will be a constant practice in your life. You can keep making small changes, and when you change something, either you win or you learn. So, for the season of spring, we are looking at how we can create space in our environments to feel potentially reset, renewed, to become more supported, to grow and bloom. So I was personally thinking again about the places in my own external environments that have really been a game changer since I started cultivating it in a way that supported me. And I've got to say, I think the one that has been probably the most influential has been my social media environment, especially Instagram for me, because I think I'm on there the most. So I kind of mentioned it last week whenever I was breaking down different kinds of environments that we are around in our daily lives. So I hope that you started to notice what kind of environment you have on your social media, and if not, again, we're slowly creating awareness around these things. But have you ever thought actually about what social media could look like to you? Like, besides a distraction, besides a way to zone out, besides a way to keep up with people in your life, have you ever thought like, wow, social media could really be a place where I feel like I'm thriving? Because I've come to believe that social media can be what I've heard a lot, which is negative. It can be that way. It can also be toxic, unfortunately, and it can even get to a point where you're feeling unsafe on social media, and it's sad. But I don't really hear how amazing it could be, how healthy of a relationship someone else has had with their social media, how much you learn on there. And so that is what I kind of want to present to you today, is that social media could either support you, it could be neutral, but it could also like really not help you, you know? So this is the bottom line that I want you to think about, and that is social media has no rules, it has no limitations, and no boundaries. Therefore, you have to create your own. So, when I started this process, it was seriously not how I'm presenting it to you today, all like super conscious and like, I did not go in with the way that I'm telling you to go in. I went in just super casual, just like, yeah, I started noticing things like when I had positive or negative feelings, and then I just, like casually followed accounts that I liked. But slowly over time, I started to really observe that every time I left Instagram, I was feeling good, like actually good. Like I felt either empowered or like I learned something. And I was learning all kinds of things, something about nervous system regulation, healing techniques, things about CPTSD, ways to talk more positively to myself, new healthy recipes, whatever. And it can be either, I think, the worst thing if your social media isn't helping you, or like the best thing if it is, that there are no limits. Because if you turn that into, a positive way, you can say there are no limits with how many different kinds of topics or subjects or things that you want to familiarize yourself with on Instagram, because you can find it. There are no rules, right? So you can be learning about as many things as you want. So yes, social media can be a place that you don't like, and it has been known to be a source of negativity for many. But have you ever thought about the rules or the boundaries for yourself? We can blame social media for being so accessible that people are becoming more and more obsessed with it. But we could also ask ourselves, how many times do I turn to social media a day? How long am I on there for? How do I feel about that? We can internalize negative things that we're seeing, or we can even compare ourselves. But have we ever chosen to unfollow those accounts? We can say that being on social media is a waste of time, but have we searched accounts that we resonate with, that provide value to us? We can criticize our own posts, but have we asked ourselves our intention behind posting it? We can feel pressure to be more active on stories or present online, but have we defined what feels right for ourselves? I have a challenge for you this week, of course, and don't worry, it's not too overwhelming, at least I hope it's not. I want you to write down things you are interested in learning about this week. It could be anything, as I've mentioned, neuroscience, psychology, baking, coding, entrepreneurship, cooking, honestly, anything, no limits, remember? And once you have your list, search for these accounts with these topics as a focus, because I promise you there are many. And if you don't like one, maybe you like another, because like I said, there are probably more than one. So keep doing this week. Try to notice if it starts to change anything about how you feel when you leave the platform. And I want you to also remember this. Try to remember to give yourself permission to question things. Give yourself permission to have an opinion. Give yourself permission to create a place that you enjoy, that you feel safe in. To follow through on this goal for this week, I invite you to type what you're interested in the comments below. I really love to read this, guys, really. Please let me know. And potentially write down there as well what you hope your relationship with social media could be like. Like ideally, what kind of place is that for you? What kind of things are you learning? How often are you spending time on there? Like, what kind of feelings are you taking away? Like, really let yourself think about what it could be. What could make it healthy and supportive for you? I want to thank you so much for tuning in to this episode, and I really hope that it brought some kind of value to you. If it did, make sure to connect with me by leaving a comment, and definitely tune in to next week's episode so that we can continue this journey together. Remember this week's affirmation. Remember to breathe. Remember to check in with yourself. Thank you so much again, and I hope to reconnect next week. Bye!